Well, we welcome you to Blues Game Day Live alongside Joe Vitale. I am Darren Robert Pang, and why wouldn't I be, Joe?
You are. I missed you.
I missed you too, pal. Yeah, but you've been carrying the load here.
A weird couple weeks, but it's good to have the band back together.
A couple of games that were on national TV. Took a break, went over to NHL Network, and thought I'd look at the league from another perspective, which is always fun. Deadline day goes by, teams are settled down, including the New York Islanders that are in town tonight here on 90s night. The boys are skating right now, just ending their morning skate here at Enterprise Center. They've got the, you like the sweaters?
I do.
So far, they're 1 for 1.
Oh, their sweaters?
Oh, yeah.
I think about your sweaters.
No, our sweaters.
You got like 19 shades of blue on right now. I mean.
Well, that's my friend Johnny O. Yeah,
if I had the spectrum scale of colors, the whole blue patch would just be
okay. Well, maybe I can put the red stripe on the bottom of my pants.
Are you wearing that suit tonight, the '90s suit?
I don't think so.
You're not gonna do it tonight?
I wore that once.
Okay.
I think when you wear that once, we went 1-0 with it.
Yeah.
I can only pull that off so many times.
You're a humble guy.
Yeah.
1-0's
1-0. No, it's not.
It's
about the players.
You.
It's about the players. And it's about those sweaters that they're going to wear tonight.
That's right.
The Holly Gretzky sweaters.
I like them.
The Al
second
McGinnis
90s
sweaters.
I think there's like 3 of them this year.
Yeah.
I think it's the second one. So it'll be exciting to see them. They had success on the first night.
Yeah.
Let's see if they can do it again here tonight. A different team tonight, Darren. I was just talking to Bernie Federico over there, and he made an interesting comment. He said if the Blues play anywhere near the way they played 2 nights ago against the Chicago Blackhawks, they're going to have a little bit more of an issue. This is a defending strong Barry Trotz team that is going to be a much different looking team tonight for the St. Louis Blues.
Yeah, when you look at some of the numbers, and I think as you're watching or listening to the game, I don't think it's going to be much in the neutral zone. Both these teams are fantastic when they get it into the offensive zone. They don't give up the puck very often. They enter the zone real well. So I think we're going to see a lot of clean execution. But then once you get into each other's zones, I think it's going to be a battle down low.
I do. I agree completely. Especially, you look at the Blues defensive zone. It was a little bit loose, a little bit too open, I think, last game. That certainly has got to get tightened up. Islanders are a team to me that, I know they're out east, so you don't think about them all that often, but they got some quick little darty forwards.
Yeah, they
Barzell, I mean, Nelson's playing terrific hockey. Lee, they pick up some good guys at that deadline, as you mentioned. Andy Green, he's a question mark, but I think he came on the trip. It's only a one-game trip.
Hurt his shoulder in that last game. Went into the boards funny, and then didn't finish the game.
We'll see.
And obviously Pajot as well, who's on there. Looks like he's manning that third line. And
Jean-Gabriel Pajot. Is that his middle name?
It's JG.
Okay.
JG Pajot.
So I thought Darren Robert Pang was the only person that uses his full name.
That'd be DR Pang.
Yeah.
But he's JG Pajot.
Okay. JG Pang.
And signed a new $5 million bones per year deal when Lou Lamoriello, who's over there on our side, he's talking to Doug Armstrong over there on the side, but Lou Lamoriello didn't just get a rental. I mean, he got a player that he extended, much like remember when Doug Armstrong traded for Jay Bouwmeester? Yeah. And right away, signed him to an extension. Right away, kept him. Now it's been like 10 years that we've had Jay Bouwmeester, 8 years with Jay. So I think Lou Lamoriello does a nice job there, knowing that player is going to fit. He paid a premium for him, but he's going to have him for a while.
Well, and he was emotional when he got traded from Ottawa, and I think I think he kind of humanized the player. I think it was good for fans to see that. Trade deadline, it's an emotional time for players, and that's why I was talking to Curbs after the game. You look at that 6-5 victory. Although it was great for the fans, great for the broadcasters, certainly. It's one of those games. Kind of like after Jay Bouwmeester went down. It's just, I think you can sweep that game under the rug. It's an emotional few days leading up to that deadline. It's the first game where this is your group. A lot of anxieties just passed you. It was a little bit loose. But again, look for the Blues to come back and get back to their rhythm here tonight. Talked to Jay Bouwmeester yesterday. It was great to see him talk.
Boy, oh boy, was it ever great, huh? I was traveling back, but I did watch it in its entirety, and I don't think there's any coincidence that the Blues have gone on this 5-game winning streak since knowing and since having Jay around the building, just being able to talk to him, and he'll be a big influence on this team as we go down the line.
No, he is, and he brought up a great point. Everyone kept asking questions. How much did this help you being back, being around the room, and he said it was one of those things. I think it helped the players more than it helped me. He goes, when I was out on the bench, I didn't really know what was going on.
That's right.
It was more harder for the players, and now for the players to see him around the room, his smiling face, I think it's kind of really helped this group behind us right here kind of refine their game and kind of relax knowing that Jay's going to be all right.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about that. As far as Zach Sanford, he deserves several minutes of talking about.
Yes.
Is he the toe drag king of the National Hockey League right now?
I think.
Is it on a string?
It's on a string.
And he's got like a 9-foot reach right now.
Yep. And he can play with his hands close to the top of his stick.
Yes, because he brings it back in, and then he changes the angle.
Way out.
Yep.
So
that changes everything.
He's got a toolbox there.
Yeah, he does.
And he's got plenty of tools in it. My dad always said that a carpenter is only good as his tools, and Zach's got plenty of them.
So Now he's got tools, and he's got a toolbox to put the tools in, and everything's coming together.
It's all coming together.
He just looks like a changed person in his preparation, in the way he starts games. I think in his confidence, knowing that he's playing with some really good players, and obviously the line. The first game, wasn't sure how they were going to be. The second game got better. The third game, well, now David Perron, Robert Thomas, David Perron, Zach Sanford, they're all working together as one unit. I love the way they're playing.
Well, and Darren, you were on some radio station. I mean, you're on a lot of radio stations. But I was listening yesterday, and you brought up a great point with Zach Sanford. You know, you noticed before he was kind of like testing the water a little bit in games, kind of like feeling his way into games. And I've noticed since about 3 or 4 weeks ago, his first shift, bam, he's out there, he's skating, he gets a hit, he gets in some sort of altercation, gets a shot on goal, something to get him in the game very quickly. He's not waiting around anymore. He's jumping right in. He's getting right into the fight early. I think that's what's helping.
So you want me to get back to the conversation I had with Craig Berube and with Zach Sanford. It wasn't like I had a one-way conversation. I had them with both. And the agreement was, whatever you're doing to prepare for a hockey game, change it. And I think it's a great way to describe that to a younger player. The young player might say, well, I go for dinner, I do that. No, I'm not. I don't. Change it. Get yourself ready in the morning to play. When you're putting your skates on for this skate right here, be ready to play. When you're thinking about the game all day long, be ready to play. And, boy, I think a light has certainly gone off. I think with all the young players. And I think that's one of the reasons why they're all doing such a great job. They're not passengers on this train. Well, I mean, they're leading the charge on many nights.
I mean, you look at this team when the year started, you're thinking Ryan O'Reilly, Braden Shen, Petrangelo, Jay Bomeister. You're thinking all the older players, and we got some young guys that are going to help out.
Alex Steen, you're right.
But now it's almost like we got the old guys, but we got this wave of young guys. I'm almost looking at our team now like, whoa, we're gonna be good for a while here. Look at these guys; they're all coming along very well now.
The group of the 20 to 25s. And then the group of the 27s to the 31s, and 34s and 35s and whatever. But you need the energy during the course of a year. The veteran players can't carry the load all the time. They need some more. They need some more in the tank.
I agree.
Need some better gasoline.
I agree.
So love it. Looking forward to the game tonight.
I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. New York Islanders are a hard team, a good test, and they're desperate, by the way. I mean, they need points. They were not happy with their last one. They're going to be fired up for this game here this evening. Can't wait for it. 6:30 on the radio side, of course, on ESPN Radio. Alex Ferrara's got the pregame show as always. Really a terrific host, and you and Curbs have got the call at 7 o'clock. On ESPN Radio. And, of course, John Kelly and I've got the call on Fox Sports Midwest with our excellent crew, led by Scotty Warman as well, and the Hall of Famer Bernie Federico. So we'll see you there. Game time at 7 o'clock. Pre-game shows at 6:30. It's the New York Islanders on 90s night versus the St. Louis Blues. For Joe Vitale, I'm Darren Pang. Have a great day, everybody.